as we've been talking about these tariffs, these trade wars, so we're going to figure out what's happening today. Now, down in Washington, President Trump, he has signed an executive order boosting deep sea mining. It's part of the Trump administration's efforts to seek out breaking China's critical minerals dominance. Kent Strang is a managing director of the Americans for Prosperity, and Brandon Arnold is the executive vice president of National Taxpayers Unions. Brandon, what do you think? Will Donald Trump be successful in this, breaking out China's stronghold on minerals?
Well, we certainly need to break the stronghold because we've been too reliant for critical minerals on China. That's just a matter of fact. Now, there's certainly environmental considerations here, impacts on fisheries and so forth with this deep sea mining technique, but there's no question that this provides some economic benefit and some independence that our country desperately needs at a time when we've seen so much disruption in the marketplace. We really need to score a win, and this could potentially help our economy grow and help our manufacturing base. So on the economic side, I do see a lot of reason for optimism here.
And Kent, there's another move that is making headlines. Subaru Canada is set to source more vehicles from Japan, not the U.S. Why do you think that is? Is this all political for them?
Look, I don't think that the amount of Subaru moving from the United States to Japan is a very big problem or effort. Look, the president is going to continue to negotiate these tariffs, can negotiate these trade deals. He mentioned yesterday during his press conference that he wants countries to continue to come to the table and negotiate these tariffs, hopefully down to zero or as close to zero as we can get trade barriers. But one thing that we can do for our markets and to provide certainty for the American taxpayers and Main Street businesses is for Congress to do their job to help the president, and that is to renew and restore his 2017 Trump tax cuts. We saw in 2017 the benefits of that to the market, to small businesses, to families. That will help our economy. Congress has got to get that across the finish line and get it to the president's desk to pass immediately.
Well, so much of why Donald Trump is doing this, he said, is because of those potential tax cuts that could come from it. A little bit in an ironic turn. So Subaru is now moving production to Canada in almost a means to spite the United States. Meanwhile, Honda, a Japanese company, is saying we're going to start making our cars in America. Do the specific way that these brands, these car makers are handling these tariffs, is that also impacting the way that the markets are moving, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have little anecdotes here and there, and I'm sure that's going to affect the stock prices for these individual companies, Subaru and Honda and so forth. But what we need to be focused here is on the big picture. And the big picture is we need more certainty in the trade space. We need to pursue and actually lock in some of these deals that I know the Trump administration is working on. It'd be great to get those big deals with those large economies like Japan and China, but even scoring some smaller deals, smaller economies, whether that's Cambodia, Vietnam, whatever, if we can secure some of those deals, I think that'll provide some optimism for markets, some reason to believe that we're on a trajectory here to reduce the uncertainty, provide some stability in the marketplace, and really open the door for investors to start spending more, investing more in this economy.
Yeah, it's a great point. President Trump just wrapped up an exclusive interview with Time Magazine. It's a long read, but inside of it, he explained, according to the president, that he has already made 200 deals. The details of the deals, who the deals are with, those aren't noted as of yet. But it appears, again, as we were told, it takes time. But we should find out some information soon. And if indeed that is true, these potentially could have a big positive impact for the United States. I believe the president also put out that the United States lost $2 trillion in trade in the last administration alone. He's trying to make money, and if to do that, he can also lower taxes, according to the president. Kent Strang and Brandon Arnold, thank you very much, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thank you.